Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. I was scolded for this by people in the comment section for not talking about this a couple of days ago. My apologies. Without further ado, MedApps Plus, a Seoul-based mobile fintech subsidiary of MedApps and Emergo, the commercial development arm of Cardano, a leading third-generation blockchain ecosystem, announced that they have finished technical integration of Cardano native asset ADA on the MedApps Plus platform and the launch of the world's first cryptocurrency-based card on the Cardano token. The card enables users to spend their Cardano or their ADA at over 30,000 different online merchants in South Korea, including well-known convenience stores such as GS25 and EMart24. Users have the option of selecting a mobile gift card or a physical gift card that works easily with mobile app recharge capabilities. MedApps Plus has received over 200 pre-orders for the physical card, which is available in denominations of 100 ADA or 1,000 ADA units for use as a wide variety of merchants in South Korea. Users can log on to MedApps Plus crypto card website and go to the KYC process to buy the ADA card at the fixed rate offered to users from Upside, that's UPXIDE.com exchange, and use it in QR code format. They said, and I do quote, Emergo was the only partner ready with deep understanding into offline payment integration and strategic focus to provide a practical application for cryptocurrencies. We plan to develop this product further to ensure we have solid use cases for broader offline adoption with Korean online and offline merchants, end quote. This is kind of cool. I like stuff like this. I guess my only problem, and it's not really a problem at all, the only issue that I have with this entire thing comes down to the fact that, first of all, this is not a paid advertisement. Every time I say a website or something, I have to make that clear now. But I think it's kind of weird that you have to go through a KYC. KYC, for those who don't know, is a know your customer process. So pretty much you have to give them your information in order to be able to buy one of these cards. For those who are unaware at the moment, Cardano is like 3 US cents. So 1,000 ADA comes down to like $30. And the fact that you have to do like a know your customer process is a little weird. Like if you were buying like a bucket full of these and it came out to like $15,000, I would kind of get it. Anyway, I think it's kind of cool. I hope more stuff like this ends up launching. Cardano is a very popular platform that we have in the cryptocurrency space right now, so I'm kind of fairly certain that they're going to do very well in the future. And I wish that we actually had more stuff like this. I'm going to assume that as time goes on, unless people end up figuring out a way that is a lot easier for people to be able to use their cryptocurrencies in everyday life, like buying anything at multiple stores around the world, I think that these cards will eventually come into play, some type of like a prepaid type thing. I don't really foresee a future in the next 2 years where jobs are going to be paying their customers, where jobs are going to be paying their employees in cryptocurrency, and therefore this will be the way you swipe your card and kind of use it. But this is kind of cool. For me personally, if I were to buy these, I probably wouldn't even sell them. I think it would just be like another cold storage option for me that I just probably would end up hoarding the coins all over again. Anyway, like I said, people were asking me why I didn't talk about it and how I was unfair. You must be new to the channel. Cardano is one of my favorite coins. I talk about it if I have the chance to, because I think the project is really cool. Anyway, without further ado, let us move on. Next up, Germany's in the news. Solaris Bank and Stuttgart Exchange Group are jointly developing infrastructure for a cryptocurrency exchange. This was reported by Cointelegraph on the 12th of December. The Stuttgart Exchange, founded in 1860, is the second largest stock exchange in Germany and the 9th largest in Europe. Solaris Bank, on the other hand, is a German fintech company established in 2015 that holds a banking license and offers a banking as a platform service, because why not? The news goes along with the plan announced by the exchange in May to release a zero-fee cryptocurrency trading platform. The two companies' crypto exchange, which is scheduled to launch in the first half of 2019, once again that time frame, will have Solaris Bank acting as the exchange's banking platform. Roland Foles, the CEO of Solaris Bank, declared that a reliable and efficient trading platform is an elementary contribution to their vision of a hybrid financial world with both fiat and cryptocurrencies. The press release notes that Bitcoin and Ethereum will be available for trading on the exchange, both retail and institutional investors. As well, an ICO platform, which has been announced in August, is under development for the exchange. The token introduced on the platform will be tradable on secondary markets as well. The project is part of Solaris Bank's Blockchain Factory initiative, which offers its customers specialized accounts meant for blockchain companies. As Cointelegraph reported in April, WPE Wertpapierhandelsbank AG, a German securities trading bank, has partnered with Solaris Bank as well. The partnership's objective is to launch a cryptocurrency trading service for institutional investors. So, like it said somewhere around in there in the text somewhere, maybe May. There we go. We had news that this was potentially going to happen. This is when, in my opinion, I think we were getting a lot of very good news about different institutions starting to think about launching stuff for cryptocurrencies. Because if you don't remember, for those who weren't here, around the May, June, July, end of August timeframe, we had a lot of news that the cryptocurrency prices were going to go back up. The market was not going to be down forever. This is when we were having those predictions that even though Bitcoin was around $8,000, we were going to hit $50,000 by the end of the year. This is why a lot of those predictions have kind of changed. Anyway, the news that we had, a lot of the companies and stuff like that either slunk back. I don't know if that's a word. Like they kind of reversed or said, "Oh yeah, we thought about launching something, and now we're reevaluating the situation." It kind of comes down to the fact that the prices of the cryptocurrency market were going down, and nobody wants to launch anything when prices are going down. So it was nice that we have some type of confirmation that this is actually going to happen. As of now, it stands that we have the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, this exchange, the second largest stock exchange in Germany. What was the other one? The Swiss Stock Exchange is also launching their own cryptocurrency trading platform. And I think we also had news that the Jamaican Stock Exchange was also going to be launching a cryptocurrency trading platform. We still have not had proper confirmation. We also had news around spring, summertime that they were also going to be launching this service. Lo and behold, we still haven't really heard a good yes or no from them. The fact that this is happening, and once again, the fact that the crypto market hasn't completely shot up, even if they're not the first largest stock exchange, there's still a stock exchange that's going to have a cryptocurrency trading platform. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I read somewhere else that this is supposed to be zero fee trading as well. I assume they'll make their monies from other things on top of the platform. Anyway, the point is this is absolutely incredible, especially the fact that we have a proper confirmation. I don't think that many European countries have like a restriction when it comes to which coins they can or cannot list. They aren't as stringent when it comes to listing other cryptocurrencies. I assume that Bitcoin and Ethereum on the press release are probably just the coins that people know the most. One should assume, and I'll put it this way, if you're going to have a cryptocurrency exchange, they're probably not only going to have Bitcoin and Ethereum, because people will probably not use them. Like that seems to be one of the most logical things. Obviously, keep everyone up to date with this information. I'm going to assume that they're probably going to try and at least list the top 10 coins, excluding Tether and probably SV, because SV is still marred in controversy, but I can definitely assume that Bitcoin Cash is probably going to be added. Anyway, the point is this is incredibly interesting, and I think the market needs to be paying a bit more attention to all of this stuff that's actually going on in the cryptocurrency space. But lo and behold, I think this will eventually all translate into gains for all of us, because, and I always keep this in mind, we hit a $20,000 Bitcoin last year just on hopes and dreams and fluffy clouds. Like we had no infrastructure built into place. And now we're going to enter a world where not only is the second largest stock exchange in Germany and the 9th in Europe launching their own cryptocurrency trading platform, we're also going to have the Switzerland Stock Exchange, potentially the Jamaican Stock Exchange, and the New York Stock Exchange, and the NASDAQ. That is probably why we're getting these numbers of people talking about that 20,000 is going to be like a breeze in the park, because the amount of infrastructure that we're going to have you built around this and the amount of other trading pairs that we also now have are just absolutely astronomical. Anyway, without further ado, let us move on. So, here we go. Andreas Antonopoulos, the author of Mastering Bitcoin and a Bitcoin proponent, spoke about the different stages for the maturity of Bitcoin in his latest Q&A session on YouTube. He also elucidated on the 3 fundamental functions of money and its relation with the largest cryptocurrency. Andreas was asked about his view of cryptocurrency in the future, taking into consideration that the current scenario is making Bitcoin money is making Bitcoin money rather than the idea of using it as a day-to-day commerce. This was followed by the author stating that the technology has 3 different stages of maturity, whereas the money, or that money has, like, I just woke up. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, a couple of minutes ago, I like stumbled back into the room to make a video. So if you've been here before, you know the deal. But for those who are new, right. Whereas the money has 3 fundamental functions: as a store of value, as a medium of exchange, and a unit of account. He said, so far, Bitcoin is able to achieve store value over long periods of time with a few asterisks. Bitcoin is not very good at doing medium of exchange. The velocity of transactions is not good enough yet. The blockchains with faster confirmation time sacrifice decentralization in order to do that. As a result, this is not a sacrifice worth doing, so we're not ready, end quote. The author further stated that a medium of exchange requires the currency to have much lower fees, more capacity, and faster transactions, adding, even though these technologies do not exist as of now, they are being built to ensure these optimizations. I'm going to assume that during this Q&A, they just weren't discussing Lightning Network. I don't know. Anyway, and Antonopoulos wanted to say that transaction fees skyrocket and kill every retail application. When open blockchains get mainstream attention, he stated, we can't do little spurts of scaling that are required when everybody gets excited about cryptocurrency. So retail, after dying a dozen times over the last 4 years, eventually gives up. We are not ready for retail. That doesn't mean we won't ever be ready for retail. This, to him, is the same as stating that we are not ready for Facebook or Netflix in 1992. He stated that if Netflix was launched in 1992, then the internet would have melted down after a person downloaded one movie. Additionally, the author stated that the cryptocurrency space will eventually reach that point and that it is just a matter of maturity. I guess I agree to some extent. I mean, we have a lot of people talking about that the scaling situations that we have right now for multiple cryptocurrencies just aren't enough. I think that we will eventually get there. There was something else that I had to say around here, and I don't remember exactly what it was. I think my brain melted at some point as I was reading through the actual thing. But yeah. I'm going to try something new next time. I'm going to like not wake up and then make a video. I'm going to wait like at least an hour so my brain, like the machine, is turned on a little bit more. But I definitely do agree that, and I think for a long time, I think we're going to end up hitting a situation where Bitcoin actually is just a store of value. I mean, I could be taken by surprise when Bakkt ends up launching and we actually, have a medium of exchange type thing going on, but I think the store value is going to hit very hard first, because we were talking about it the other day about how like little Bitcoin there actually is out there, and I think that's going to come into play very fast when people realize that how little Bitcoin there actually is circulating for the everyday person. Like the idea was like 2 years ago was that there's not enough of one Bitcoin for every millionaire and billionaire in the world to actually have, especially when we have news about how much other people actually end up having. So the idea is when other people end up realizing how few Bitcoin there actually are for them, this is when the store of value is going to really kick in. This is when the prices are going to go insane. As far as like a unit of account, I think we're going to hit there when things are denominated in Satoshi. I think right now that's a bit too difficult simply because the price, it sounds stupid, but the price of Bitcoin is too low for us to be able to denominate in Satoshi. Like, it's a very different thing. Like, if Bitcoin doubles or triples or quadruples in price from where it is right now, the Satoshi value will lower or rise dramatically? No, lower dramatically. But if we end up getting to a point where Bitcoin is like 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures, I'm very interested to walk into a shop and someone tells me the price of something in a Satoshi. It'll be terrifying because the future is scary, but it would also be kind of cool. So here's something very, very interesting. Leading members of the French National Assembly have called on the government of President Emmanuel Macron to embrace blockchain technology by investing 500 million euros into the sector. Jean-Michel Mee, a member of parliament from the ruling La République En Marche, and his counterpart from the main opposition, Les Républicains, Laure de la Rodière, presented on Wednesday a special distributed ledger technology report. The two deputies outlined 20 proposals that should make France a blockchain nation. DLT can improve public and private services, stimulate economic growth, and diversify the economy. The state authorities should have a focus on public investments, as private companies have also already begun to explore different blockchain products. According to Me and de la Rodière, the government should increase the budget of the French National Research Agency with the goal to examine DLT solutions. They said this 10-year-old blockchain technology is moving out of the experimental stage into an industrial implementation. The public will see the development of its use in everyday life, Me said during the National Reports presentation at the National Assembly. According to Me and de la Rodière, currently one of the main problems is the lack of knowledge about the blockchain technology in France, and the country can miss the opportunity that DLT represents. France is in danger of repeating its unfortunate experience with the internet revolution, when the country was rapidly outdistanced by its competitors, mainly the United States and China, because of its late and inadequate measures, the members of parliament stated. That has to be one of the worst things in the entire world. If you were one of the countries who just didn't adopt the internet because you thought it wasn't going to scale. If for those who haven't seen, there are definitely things on YouTube like that where they have like very old news station show things where people on like news broadcasting channels or whatever you call them are sitting there talking to each other, and like one of the most famous ones is like it's this guy in the middle and these two girls on the side, and they're like, have you heard of an email before? And they're like, I don't know what that is. And like they're all trying to discuss like why would you want to send like something digital that you can't touch as opposed to throwing something in the mailbox? Like this is why we have the post office. And it kind of is the exact same thing. Like there are countries out there who are like, why would we want to use a blockchain? Like what we have now, like sending money over the course of a 2 to 5 day period is totally fine. Like what's the issue? Can you imagine, and I'll put it this way, I'm from the States, so I can say this. Imagine if America was having initiatives like this, like if people were coming forward and they're like, we should invest $500 million into blockchain technology to like teach everyone in the country about exactly what it is so that we aren't left behind. There's kind of nothing like that, at least to my knowledge. At least if something has happened in the last couple of days where there's $500 million being proposed to build up a blockchain or to create a blockchain nation, then my mistake. We also had, what was the other country? Was it Switzerland? It was a day or two ago where some other country came forward and they were like, we also need to make sure that everyone in our country knows about blockchain at like different levels of education, like so they can teach like kids how to like the basics of it, and then like all the way to university, like have something like mandatory so that people have to learn about it as well. It's kind of interesting. This shows how the dynamic is certainly shifting. Very good for France for doing something like this very early. They will definitely be able to benefit from it. I'm pretty sure they also, nobody really wants to be left behind at all. And I'm pretty sure how other countries, and it comes down to two things. When you have the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, I'm so tired of saying those two names over and over. It's completely clear where this industry is going to go. And the fact that certain countries are getting it and that other countries are now trying to ban cryptocurrencies or making sure that no one in their country, even rich people, can't even trade cryptocurrencies, or I guess essentially probably even learn about it, is a little weird. Good job to France. I know this was just like a proposition from people in parliament, but let's hope that it actually ends up going through, because imagine being the country that didn't think the internet was going to make it. You look a little silly. I guess I'll say it that way. Next up, one of the largest remittance firms in the United Arab Emirates, or the UAE, known as UAE Exchange, is working with Ripple to launch blockchain-based payments to Asia by the first quarter of next year. There's that same time frame. This is before I continue even further. I'm pretty sure you've noticed a very interesting pattern. In spring of this year, we had constant news that things were going to be launching. Remember the whole Q3 thing? Everything is going to be launching in quarter 3. This is going to happen in quarter 3. We're expecting to do this in quarter 3. We're expecting profits to come back in quarter 3. This was the very big thing. And then when we had quarter 3 and nothing happened, it was then quarter 4. And now when we have, I guess we're in technically quarter 4, everyone's talking about the first quarter of 2019. For those who don't know, that those are the first 3 months of 2019. This is when everything is now, every announcement that we've been getting has been talking about, even for the Germany Stock Exchange, has been talking about launching in Q1 of 2019. According to a report from Reuters on Thursday, the firm's CEO Promath Mangat said he expects to go live with support from one or two banks in Asia using blockchain-based payments, RippleNet, my gosh. With a large number of Asian workers in the UAE, that corridor accounts for the largest portion of the global remittance flow. According to a local report in May, transfers to India made up 36% of the remittance total, those in Pakistan 8.8%, and the Philippines accounted for 6.9%. UAE Exchange says on its website that it is associated with over 140 banks and has a presence in 31 countries. Wow. Yet it's taking blockchain applications slowly. Blockchain holds tremendous promise for the industry, but there is progress to be made before we can really see it going mainstream. The firm's collaboration with Ripple was first reported back in February. See, this is also the same exact thing. This is everyone has. I think everyone was terrified of launching anything like officially. Like we for some reason. We had this euphoric dust around our head for the entire year, and we kept on thinking that prices were going to go back to where they were every single month. It's very, very odd. This is why I think they reported or that it was going to happen in February, even though it's now happening next year, with UAE Exchange aiming to reduce costs and friction associated with cross-border transactions. So apparently this is going to launch. This is going to happen. Very good news. I'm glad, and I mean this sincerely, that we have like news from crypto projects again. There was definitely a time frame where for some reason a lot of cryptocurrency projects just weren't giving us any type of news, and I was pretty certain that it had to do with the fact that prices were going down and nobody really wanted to release any type of good news. I mean, you can't really release good news as prices are going down. Kind of does nothing. But let's hope, if all these institutions and all these companies are now gunning for the beginning of 2019, let's hope that actually ends up taking place, because that would be pretty nice for everyone, I think. TRON is in the news. It says earlier today, I think this was yesterday, it says the first decentralized exchange on the TRON network that transfers or offers TRC20 tokens, of course it's TRC20 tokens, trading was launched. The exchange, known as TRX Market, I would just call it TRON Market, is also the first decentralized exchange that is outside the tronscan.org platform that currently only caters to TRC10 standard tokens. The team at TRX Market made the announcement via Twitter as follows. They said, breaking news. TRX Market is the first ever decentralized exchange of TRC20 token based on TRON and was launched at 4 a.m. on the 12th of December. We've listed Bet, Fun, and Gawk. TRX TRON get started to trade on TRX Market. Okay, the team at TRX Market wanted to mention that the high throughput evident in the TRON network will allow for improved trading performance for traders using the platform. As mentioned in the tweet, the exchange currently has 3 trading pairs as follows. They are, I don't know what Gawk is. Bet, I'm going to assume, is a betting coin, and Funfair can only be fun. That's the only coin that I know. The 3 trading pairs currently have a combined trading volume of 2.2 million TRON. Since it was launched earlier yesterday or the other day, users will need a TRON account to access the features on the exchange. Any developers who wish to list their tokens need to fill out a standard application that is now available online. I told you guys before I would try and speak a bit more about TRON. TRON is doing stuff. I think that's a little... trying to stay in the middle. Anyway, I hope that they list more coins. I like decentralized exchanges. I hope that this decentralized exchange makes it. And let's hope that Gawk and Bet and Fun end up seeing more trading volume on their platform. Anyway, so the prices aren't, to finish things off, prices aren't doing too bad right now, more or less, kind of. I think last night, Bitcoin was around 3,400. We had that brief push up. It was like 3,480 or something like that. And people were saying that we needed to hit the $3,600 support level. And therefore, then 4,000 would be the next target. Apparently, we did not hit that. and I'll be 30,000% honest, the amount of news and information that we've had from other analysts and stuff like that who were talking about that Bitcoin still has further to fall, I'm still waiting for those falls. Or rather, I see any push up in value as maybe just like smoke and mirrors. If people are saying that it's going to drop down further, then I expect, or rather am expectant of a lower drop lower. Anything, I mean, I'm still accumulating as we go down. I mean, prices right now are absolutely ridiculous. I was talking, or I was thinking earlier when I think Litecoin actually went up a tiny bit as well. It was like 22.98 or something like that. I have a strange feeling that Litecoin is going to hit like $18, $15 again. That to me screams buy. A lot of these, that's not financial advice. A lot of these I think are very incredibly undervalued. Only time will tell. Anyway, that is definitely going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, and or evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you once again for watching and or listening. I'm really gonna, like, when I wake up, I'm like, okay, let me knock a video out. Let me get this done as quick as possible. I can have breakfast. I can like go on a bit with my day, and then I kind of get things going. But I also can't speak when I first wake up. It's just a problem that I have. I'm gonna assume that many other people out there also have this issue that you can't really speak your language when you first get up. Anyway, without me talking about my sleeping and waking habits, thank you once again, and yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.